Hey first graders, happy Monday. We've been working really hard last week to research about some hummingbirds, and I've also been having you guys read some riddles about different kinds of birds. So today what I want to do is I want to look at those riddles that we've been reading about, and I want to give you guys the chance to think about how we would make a riddle about the hummingbird. So we're going to look at these riddles that we've already read and talked about, and then we're going to write our own riddle about the hummingbird. So our learning target says, I can use sentence frames to write a riddle about a hummingbird body parts and their function. So I am going to be giving you guys some sentence frames to use. I'm going to be giving you guys words to use, and we're going to put it together so that we can write our own riddle that talks about the beak and the wings of the hummingbird and why the hummingbirds have them and why they need them. So first let's talk about how do you write a riddle. So what I was thinking is we have these two riddles here that we've read. I'm going to read them again and I'm going to look for patterns, right? So patterns means what are the same between these two different riddles. So the first thing I noticed is if you look at the first sentence here in these two words, and if you look at these two words here, they both are three words, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3 here, and 1, 2, 3. They both start the same. So let's read each first sentence to see how they start. So mystery bird riddle number 1 says, this bird has humongous wings with large feathers. Mystery riddle number 2 says, this bird has thick feathers. So I'm thinking that we could use that this bird has to tell the body parts our bird has. And I see it again down here. This bird has a long and thin stabbing beak, and this bird has very wide wings. So this person who wrote this riddle, or these riddles, used those words, this bird has. So we'll try using that in our writing. I highlighted it in blue for you, so you can see all the places it starts with that. I also noticed that we have two other phrases that were used. So it can, right? So this says the feathers give the bird shade so it can see into the water to find fish to eat. So the words so it can tell us what the feathers do for the bird, right? The feathers give the bird shade so it can see into the water. And you see that down here too. It uses its wings to soar effortlessly through the sky so it can search the ground for food. So again, the wings help it flow through the sky so it can search the ground. So it's telling us what the job of those body parts are. And it also says it uses its, okay, in both. So I'm just going to read these again, put it all together. So that you can hear all those parts, right? So this bird has humongous wings with large feathers. The feathers give the bird shade so it can see into the water to find fish to eat. This bird has a long and thin stabbing beak. It uses its long beak to reach deep into the water to get fish to eat as it walks close to shore. So it used all three parts we just looked at. The next riddle does the same. Ready? This bird has thick feathers. The dark feathers on its head and body help to protect the bird from the hot sun so it does not burn their skin. This bird has very wide wings. It uses its wings, there's another one, it uses its wings to soar effortlessly through the sky so it can search the ground below for food. So I took just those chunks out of the text to make you guys a sentence frame. So we're going to use this sentence frame here to help us with our writing today. We're going to say this bird has the body part. It uses its so it can okay? So we'll have one sentence saying what the bird has, and then another sentence saying how it uses that body part. The last thing I want to add before we do this on our own are these words that I highlighted in this teal color. So I noticed these words like humongous and large, long, thin, long, thick, dark, hot, very wide. Those are all adjectives, right? They're all describing something. So humongous tells me how big it is, so does large. Long and thin, right, tell us what its beak look like. So when we write our own riddle, we also want to tell a little bit about maybe what it looks like. We could do what it sounds like. But most of these descriptive words, actually, I think all of these adjectives tell what it looked like. So if we want to make a good riddle, we want to make sure we help our reader know what it looks like so they can use the pictures to help them. Remember, we use these pictures to help us figure it out in our writing, or when we were reading it. So I just added that part in here. This is our complete sentence frame, right? So this bird has right? So an adjective and then the body part. It uses its so it can okay? So that's basically how we're going to be writing this riddle. Let me show you an example. This bird has fast wings. Okay, so the adjective is fast. I'm not just saying this bird has wings. I'm telling you what kind of wings. Its wings are fast. It uses its wings so it can hover in the air to get nectar from flowers. So that second sentence is telling you the job of the wings. Okay, your turn. How would you use these sentence frames for a hummingbird's beak? So it's going to be the same thing, but for this second part, I want you to do it on your own on Seesaw, okay? So when you go, oops, I guess I gave you the answers, guys, I forgot. So this bird has a long beak. It uses its long beak so it can drink nectar from flowers. So you can see in this sentence, I decided to add the adjective again, but you don't have to, okay? So if we put all of that together, this is the riddle that we just came up with. This bird has fast wings. It uses its wings so it can hover in the air and get nectar from flowers. This bird has a long beak. It uses its long beak to drink nectar from flowers. What bird is this? So because it's a riddle, at the end we want to make sure we ask the question, what bird is it? So this is what you're going to see on Seesaw. You're actually going to be able to drag and drop each square with words into the right spot. So you're just going to practice putting the words where they go, okay? When you're done, please record yourself reading all of the sentences that you make. So when you're done, you should have made 4 sentences. And that's all, so have fun and good luck, and let me know if you guys have any questions, okay? And remember, this writing, we're writing about hummingbirds, okay? So don't do any other bird, don't do the birds in the riddle. We're focusing on hummingbirds today.